Hello again on Cowboy Insiders. Today, George Pickens, Jerry Jones, finally announced by a Dallas Cowboy. A Dallas Cowboy finally announced three key players in the team. The Dallas Cowboys are once again at the center of NFL spotlight under the aggressive leadership of the owner and general manager Jerry Jones. The franchise is actively exploring major roster upgrades. After falling short of Super Bowl expectations in a recent season, the Cowboys are reportedly prepared to make a bold financial commitment and blockbuster trade to return to a championship. Jerry Jones had made it clear Dallas is not rebuilding, they are reloading. Let's break down the key names linked for the Cowboys. George Pickens have emerged as one of the most dynamic and physical receivers in a league, known for his elite body control, contested catch ability, and deep ball threat. Pickens developed into a true in a pitbull. The Cowboys have been searching for a reliable, explosive complement to CD Lamb. Pickens fit that role perfectly and very perfectly. His ability to stretch a field vertically would open up the entire Dallas offense. So for the contract situation for George Pickens, if a Dallas were to acquire and to extend George Pickens' contract, the financial commitment could look like estimated extension. The money for extending his contract will be 22 up to 28 millions US dollar per year. For the total project deal, which will be 4 years, will be 90 US dollar up to 110 million US dollar. So for the granted money that will be given to George Pickens will be 65 millions per 4 years. That would place him among the highest paid receiver in NFL. George Pickens, if he extends his contract in the Dallas Cowboys, will be a higher paid receiver in the NFL. Jerry Jones understands that elite wide receivers are expensive, but he also knows you can't win modern NFL games without Jerry Jones. The second player that have been announced by a Dallas Cowboy is Max Crosby, a defensive superstar. His current team is Las Vegas Raiders and position is defensive end. Max Crosby is 20 years old and is the one of the most feared pass rusher in the football. Relentless, high motor, and incredible productive. Crosby consistent rank among the league leader in sacks, quarterback pressure, and tackles for a loss. Crosby signed a massive extension with Raiders of approximately in 3 years was 106 million US dollar and around 35 millions per year in Raiders. This makes him one of the highest paid non-quarterfinal in NFL. Dallas would be committing over 30 millions per person in a cap space to one defensive player. However, a pairing Crosby and with Micah Parsons would instantly create the most dangerous pass rushing duo in NFL. Jerry Jones have never been afraid of being a defensive investment. And Dallas Cowboys is still focusing on Jerry Jones, the architect aggression. Jerry Jones remains one of the most aggressive and hands-on owner in a professional sport. He believes a championship window are short, and when you have elite talent, you push all your chips in. His strategy typically, which include a trading draft pick for proven star, a backloading contract to manage cap space using a restructure to create financial flexibility, targeting high-impact skills position. Jones known the fan base expect a result. The Cowboys have not won a Super Bowl since 1995 season. The pressure is immense. Dallas Cowboys have very big pressure due to lack of winning a Super Bowl from since 1995. And Dallas Cowboys have other potential targets linked to a Dallas. While a Crosby and Pickens are headline names, a Dallas have also been connected to other high-profile players across the league. Offensive line help. Dallas may target veteran offensive linemen in free agents. Estimated deal between 8 up to 15 million per year depending on position. And running back upgrade with uncertainty at running back. Dallas could pursue a power back or duo or field option market value. Cowboys to play the first NFL game in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil in 2026. If you haven't paid much attention to anything Cowboys related over the last few weeks, it was announced that the Dallas Cowboys will play the first ever NFL game in Rio de Janeiro in Brasilia. Later this year, the NFL announced on Thursday. This will be the third game in Brazil, but the first one over in Rio de Janeiro. It will mark the first international game for a Cowboys since they beat a Jacksonville Jaguar in London over a decade ago. Well, those have yet to be released. The game will be held in Maracana Stadium. Thought date, time, and Cowboys' opponent have yet to be announced. Still, I'm sure they will find a way to make this one of the only game on TV that night so that everyone and their mother can tune and make sure the Cowboys drown all the numbers. I'm sure Jerry Jones has already made the call to make this happen. Heck, it might even take place at opening night kickoff game. Who knows? Brasilia is the home of more than 36 million NFL fans and is one of the league's most significant international markets. The announcement followed the NFL multi-year commitment to bring at least 3 regular season games at Brasilia over the next 5 years, reinforcing the league's long-term investment in Brazil. As noted above, the only other regular season game the Cowboys have played outside the U.S. occurred in 2014, when they faced the Jaguars at Wembley Stadium in London. Dallas won game 31-17, but 11 full seasons have gone before Cowboys have gone out of the country. Before that, Cowboy had played all international games in preseason, including games in Mexico City, Montreal, Toronto, and Tokyo. The NFL also announced the 49 and Rams will play a Melbourne, Australia during 2026 season as well. The league has played 2 games in Brazil, Paca Eagles, Chief Charger in Sao Paulo and Corinthians Arena. I think it is good things that teams are playing in other parts of the country. The only issue I have is how they schedule it. To me, the best thing would be to have the team either play the game following bye week or allow them to bye week for the following week. Heading internationally and playing this game is always hard to watch, but if the players are given an extra time either before or after, I think it will improve the play on the field very greatly. Honestly, down the road, I think at some point we have gone to turn a good and not just playing a game internationally. 62 years regular season NFL games have been played outside the United States, with London, Berlin, Munich, Frankfurt, Madrid, Dublin, Sao Paulo, Mexico City, and Toronto having hosted game to a date. As soon as more details get released about this game, I will come back and update this post, but either way, it will be fun to see how many Cowboys fans come out for the game in that country, in Brasilia and Rio de Janeiro. I think it will be a lot. The Cowboys have a lot of follow about before and get that point through. You can check out. I will start the getting some important players signed and then worrying about what they plan to do with their first round pick. The off-season